Okay guys, today's video is going to be about how to save money from your salary. But before we even get into tips and strategies for saving money, the first thing that we have to do is get a handle of your current financial situation. And by that I mean that before you can start doing any of the saving money and all that kind of stuff, you need to be able to know where your money is going, how much money you make, and how it's being allocated. So you have to start off by knowing the state of your finances. If you do not know the state of your finances, and by that I mean tracking every single, then you can save all the money in the world because it's just going to go away like the rest of the money that you're making. So the first thing basically is take about a month or so to track all your financial transactions. Track all your income and track all your expenses, and then look at it, analyze it, and I'll be making a series of videos on exactly how you can do that coming up. So stay tuned. So we'll to start off with how to save money from your salary. The first tip is you need to automate your savings. There are many different ways that you can do this, but the easiest way is to use direct deposit from your paycheck into a savings account. And for those that do not know what direct deposit is, it's just basically the electronic transfer of a payment directly from the account of the payer to the recipient's account. So most employers will allow you to put part of or all of your salary into an account, or you can split it up. You can put part of it into checkings and part of it into savings. But whenever you do this, it automatically takes out a little bit of that human element. It takes the human element out of the equation because it's basically out of sight and out of mind. You don't need to have a lot of money direct deposit and to set the money in the direct deposit. A lot of people think you have to deposit tons of money to get a savings account, and that's it's simply not the case. You can set up any amount from $5 to $500,000 or whatever amount that you'd like to save. But the key is to start. You need to start with whatever amount you have, and then you keep it going, develop consistency, and once you've developed that consistency, then you can go ahead and start moving onto big and better things. A good rule of thumb that I would suggest is to use a different bank from your regular bank. And the reason I suggest this is that if you have your money in the same bank as you have your checking account, it's so easy for you to just transfer some of that money whenever you run out or you run low, and because you see it all the time. Well, if it's in another bank, it makes it a little bit more difficult for that transaction to occur. So basically what you're doing is you're trying to take that human element out of the equation. You're trying to take yourself out of it and to go ahead and start setting up a system. It's all about systems. If you set up these systems and just keep them going, then you'll be surprised after 6 months, 12 months, you look at it and you've got $1,000 or $5,000, whatever the case may be, based on how much you're depositing into your savings account. And like I said, I have later videos that will be coming up that show you how to set savings targets and breaks it down into weekly buckets to show you exactly how you can reach those targets. So again, stay tuned for those videos coming up. If you cannot set up, you can also set up an online savings account, which will pretty much achieve the same results. All right, so next thing is contributing to your 401k. Now, a lot of employers offer 401k and retirement accounts and actually will match your 401k. And the reason I love this is that it's basically free money, where you're setting up retirement accounts, and if your employer offers a match, if you put in 2%, they'll match it 2%. So now you've got 4% out of the 2 that you put in. If they match 6%, if they match 3%, and you put 3, you get 6. And I've even heard of one outlandish employer who would contribute 15% of your salary to a 401k. Now that's the kind of employer that I want to work for. But regardless however much your employer contributes, you want to go ahead and contribute to your 401k. It's tax deferred, so you don't have to worry about taxes until you take your money out at retirement, and then you'll be taxed at whatever tax rate you're in at the time. And also you take advantage of compound interest. Now I have pulled up this site. It's bankrate.com, and basically has a 401k calculator, right? And if you look at this, it starts out with a $1,000 balance over 35 years. So basically somebody starts out at 30, they'll take the money out at 65, 7% annual rate of return, a 40% salary, which is about the average American income. Expected annual salary increase about 3%. The total contributions of 10%. So your 401k contributions for the year, if it's a 10% contribution, is $4,000. Your employer's match, which will be $1,200, which is a 50% employer match to a maximum of 6% of your salary. Your total contribution over the period of your work career will be $249,000. Sorry. Total your employer contributes will be $74,000, and the total at age 65 with a 7% rate of return will be just a little over $1 million. And if your employer did not match that, it'll be about $826,000. And you can see right here that this is the graph, and it grows exponentially. You have what it looks like with the employer match, and what it looks like without an employer match. So that gives you a pretty good idea of the power of compound interest. And if you do not know whether your employer offers a 401k or not, then I would suggest you get in touch with the Human Resources Department, and you can find out from them what your employer offers. But this is a great way to not only save a portion of your salary, but also to get free money from your employer. A third thing that you can do, another strategy you can do to save, is to automate your bills. And by automate your bills, I mean you take the money out before you get to spend it on other things, and that way you only have the money that's left over, but you've taken care of the essentials. And so that's a pretty neat way of being able to have your finances or set up to where you don't have to worry about them. Another thing you can do is use savings apps. There are a ton of them out there. This on the screen right now is one app that's called Mint. I'm also going to be doing a review of Mint, but you can see over here it shows somebody's account with on their cell phone, and it shows you can pay your bills through this. You can set it up, and it tracks it. It's linked to your bank account, and it tracks your spending. It tracks your income, and it basically shows you what's going on with your money. And it's pretty neat for those people that are not as inclined to track their expenses on spreadsheets and stuff. I'm a spreadsheet guy, so I just download the file from my bank account, and I pretty much get the same analysis. But if you're not so inclined, then you can easily download one of these apps. I mean, they've got I'll link some of these apps in the description, but you have apps like Acorns Digital, Digit.co, Level, Money, and Mint, just to name a few. So you can pick one that works for you, that you're comfortable with, and go and start automating some of this some of this stuff. Finally, if you cannot direct deposit a portion of your paycheck into your savings account, just because your employer won't allow it or for whatever reason, then you can always set up automatic transfers within your bank. And so what you'll do is you just go to the bank and tell them, hey, every time I get paid, whatever the interval is that you get paid, I want to transfer $50 out of my checking account to my savings account every time I get paid. And that, once again, that automates that for you. You don't worry about it. You don't see the balance in your checking account, and you're not tempted to spend it. So that's another easy way for you to be able to save even more of your money. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't think about is a pretty neat way not to spend bonuses or raises, and not to spend income tax. I know it's about to be income tax time, and a lot of people are looking forward to spending that income tax check. But if you don't spend all of it and put some of it away, that's going to help you get towards your saving goals, or get towards saving for whatever it is that you would like. And the average employee will get a raise at least every other year or something, and instead of spending that money, you're already making it without spending that money. So why spend it? Go ahead and save it, or go ahead and use it to pay down some bills. Open an IRA or something, save for your children's college fund, or pay up student loans or something. But don't spend raises and bonuses, or don't spend all of them, and don't spend all of your income tax, right? So these are just a few tips on how to save money from salary. And if you'd like to learn more on how to develop a financial mindset to saving, then I highly recommend the Total Money Makeover, which I'll also leave a link to in the description, because it breaks it down for you how to set up your finances, and how to go about creating this mindset, because that's really what it is, guys. It's a mindset. It's not, there's no magic pill, there's no magic bullet. It's not about being born on this side of the tracks or on that side of the tracks. What it's about is getting information, training your mind to say, you know what, this may be the way that I was brought up, and this may be the way that I saw things done when I was coming up, but I'm going to change that. I'm changing my family tree, and I'm changing the way that we do things. And by making small changes, gradual changes, or you can do drastic changes, but most people will take gradual small changes and do it consistently. You'll be able to get to a point where you'll look at it in 12 months, in 24 months, in 36 months, and you may be totally debt free, say for your house, if you have a house. And if you don't have a house, you'll pretty much almost be guaranteed to be debt free, or at least substantially on your way to achieving that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this gave you some valuable information. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot more content that's coming your way. Leave me a comment. Let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to cover, or let me know if you like the video, you don't like the video. You have something that you want to contribute, because it's all about sharing information, guys. If we can all share information and help each other get to that next level. So good luck, God bless, and see you next time.